America, by the fact that it's probably the greatest form of a constitutional democracy that ever existed, with a Bill of Rights and a tradition of 300 years almost of respecting the individual's rights and entitlements. But as from a Yidden, as Yidden who understand history and understand who we are and where we belong and why are we here, we have to internalize. We have no entitlements in this country. Everybody in America, 300 million citizens, have entitlements. We have privileges that were granted to us by a Malchus Shel Chesed, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu orchestrated. But they were privileges that were granted to us. We don't have entitlements. Our entitlements is in a different place, in a different world, in a world of Kimitzi and Teitzei Torah. And sometimes, like the Rav just hinted and alluded to, we see other people living here and they make demands and they make requests because they're entitled. We're not entitled. It's maybe superficially painful, but if we would really internalize it, we would save ourselves a lot of aggravation and a lot of grief.
The Shari Tshuva brings a medrash that there was a warden who got furious at one of the inmates that he was the only one that didn't escape when they had created a tunnel. So I once heard from Agoyin Ramesh Shapiro, that's the opposite of his job. The warden is angry at you for not escaping the prison, for sitting in prison. That's where you're supposed to be. So he said, the warden recognized something. Everyone who had an opportunity to escape, escaped. Why didn't you? The Torah says you don't recognize that you're in a prison. You like it here. The greatest insult to the Melech who incarcerated you is, oh, thank you. It's wonderful here. Let me settle in. Avdem ata b'kum klep. That's the oimik of the Michoel in the Medrash, which the Shara Tshuva is using, of course, for Tshuva. We have an incorrect notion in Golus. And we express it in different ways, which I don't know if it's appropriate to mention details, but civil rights and not being stepped on is one thing, and the niyeh k'chol hagoyim, as if we're not in Golus, and we belong here the same way those who came with the Mayflower belong here, is misconstruing and misunderstanding why you're here. So as long as you understand that you're here for a reason, you were rejected, you were exiled, and now you live here in this incredible Malchus Shel Chesed. And perhaps the Chesed of the Malchus Shel Chesed gave us a mirage so that we think we're taka here to stay. I think that what's happened in our generation is that this isn't the primary upfront aspect of chinuch, and I don't mean in schools only, at home. Know where you are and why you are, and you have a mission. Once that's lost, then everything else starts to fall to the wayside.
Arm of Golus. But we have to internalize, uns kommt nicht mehr. Thank Hashem for what we have, but uns kommt nicht mehr. Uns kommt ein Sach. And if we get stuck on this, and this is where my problem lies, then I'm not going for the big picture. I'm not busy with B'nei Beischa Kevatchila V'choyne Mikdashcha Al Mechoyne. We're not living with that. And it's about time that we get the wake-up call. Because our whole Mahus HaChaim, if it's not Geula-oriented, is missing the point. It's missing. We're not living the way we're supposed to live. And that doesn't mean being busy with Mashiach. Mashiach is coming tomorrow. It's the whole living Golus as the transients we're meant to be and what Hashem wants us to be.